What's up, Niagara? Sean DeLaat here from Davis & DeLaat, and just sitting with Chris Somerfield, fellow agent on the team. Welcome, Chris.
Yes,
so glad to have you here.
Thank you. Very excited to be here.
Excellent. Thank you. So, Chris, I think what I'd just like to start off by asking is a quick question.
Sure.
First off, thank you for joining Davis & DeLaat.
Yeah.
Really happy to have you as part of the team. But why did you join Davis & DeLaat?
It's a good question. Well, first off, you asked, and I said yes. So there's that.
That was fantastic that you said yes. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, yeah, when I first joined the brokerage, I was a solo agent. And being a solo agent, it was about 5 years ago. So it was just before the boom in 2017. If you're a solo agent and you don't know anyone in the business, so like if your mom or dad or anyone is not in the business, it's very difficult to go anywhere. You got to really grind it out. So there was a period of about 7 or 8 months where I really tried to grind it out with the business. I sat in the bullpen for hours a day. I spent my time there trying to make it work. I did okay. I did fine, but I really needed a lot of guidance. And luckily, you stepped up and asked if maybe the team was going to be a good fit. And you gave me this spiel about the processes that you have in place and what you were looking for assistance with all of these buyers and sellers that you have available to you, that you were just looking for people that are willing to do the grind. And I thought that was something that I could really sink my teeth into, because you had this business that I was hungry for. And I think I could end up providing something to the team as well. So
absolutely. And touching on that, actually, I think, you're a great real estate agent, phenomenal, and your business is growing and growing and growing. But I think after you joined the team, you found a little niche as well that you were really, really good with, and that's social media.
Yeah.
You've kind of become our in-house social media expert,
yeah.
and it's been really nice to see you flourish in that as well. Not only nice seeing you flourish as an agent, but also kind of see you flourish with this other thing as social media, which is also, I've found very helpful, because you've helped us along with our Davis & DeLaat promotions and everything like that, which I think has worked out really, really well.
Yeah.
So
so far so good. And I just kind of fell in it. I just grew up in a world where, I guess, when I was in high school, grade 9, internet didn't really exist too much. And then MSN came out when I was in grade 10 or 11. And then from there, there was the world of the internet. So kind of growing up in it, you kind of see how it eventually evolved. So maybe just growing up in it, I just gained a mindset for it. And I just kind of fell into learning and knowing how to use Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all that to my advantage. And then it just got to the point where I realized that a lot of my business that I was getting was coming from those things. And you can call it a digital sphere of influence that just kept growing and growing and growing to the point where you just couldn't ignore it anymore. And being able to say that over 50% of my business has stemmed from social media, I'm happy to be able to work with the team as well to provide that same type of insight, I suppose, to be able to kind of grow the social media for the Davis & DeLaat team as well.
Absolutely.
So,
and you've done a really great job about it. It's really been cool to kind of see you take that other aspect on in your business and grow with it. And I think that's one of the really cool things about a team as well, in the fact that we all, I think, offer something a little different.
Yeah.
Years of experience in my end, your social media for yourself, the team really does offer lots of different dynamics.
Yeah, and that was another thing that brought me to the team too, is that you have this roster of a team that they all provide something different. We're all very dynamic in our own different ways. So then when we do have these team meetings, we can really bounce off some great ideas with each other, because we're all coming from different experiences.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's actually funny that I remember when you were first going to get your real estate license, and this is even before we even talked about the team. It kind of met with you. You just had to bounce some questions off me. At that moment, I really wasn't quite ready to kind of, I didn't know if I was going to do a team at that moment or whatever. And then not only that, I kind of also like to let people kind of experience, like you said, it's hard out there.
Yeah.
And, I see so many people getting their real estate license, and it's tough, and you can speak to it, and you did the 8 months kind of on your own, but I saw you at least putting forth an effort, and you're right. I started getting additional business that I couldn't manage, and you seem like a great fit. We kind of had a connection and stuff like that, and home run, man. Here we are.
Yeah. So far, so good, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I gotta ask you though, like when you started David's DeLaat, like it seemed like an odd pairing between you and Terrence David. So I gotta ask you, like, what made you think that you guys would make a good pair?
Well, I'll tell you. You know what? There's numerous aspects, really. One thing is Terry's a hard worker. He works hard. He sells a lot of houses.
For sure.
And he doesn't take his foot off the gas.
Yeah.
And that's where, for myself, I wanted to be with someone who was business sense like me, worked hard, and just kept going, and we drive the momentum forward.
Yeah.
So that was one dynamic. I think also, too, Terry and I have benefits to each other. One was that Terry actually had a big entrenchment in the luxury market. And I kind of wanted to grow into that market.
Yeah.
So that was where it was kind of win for me to team up with him. But not only that, when you're running a team, there's a lot of expenses. So one thing, that's where Terry and I could join together and share in the expenses and building and growing the team as well.
Sure.
So I think it was that whole dynamic that made it a win-win. But not to mention, I actually knew Terry from way back in the day as well. So we had that little bit of a connection.
Right.
And, and here we are today, and not looking back, and it's going really, really well.
Yeah. So far, so good. It's, I guess on paper, maybe you guys are two very different personality types, but being in the office, when you two are both in the office, there's obviously a very strong connection with the two of you, right? Very good camaraderie. So it's
for sure
actually interesting to see.
At the end of the day, Terry and I are like brothers, and that's the way it goes, you know. And I got his back, he's got mine, and like I said, there's benefits to both of us kind of having this dynamic, and it's really, really worked out.
You think you'll ever get him on the show?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
Yeah.
I really do. I think he's acknowledged that he will come on and sit down and talk with his good buddy on the What's Up Niagara.
Yeah, he's hard to get on camera. So
he is. Very, very hard. Very, very hard. But he has committed to doing a show with me.
Yeah,
so
nice.
That'd be great. That'd be great for sure.
Okay, cool. So, like, I got to ask, because it's always kind of been burning on my mind when you come and ask me to join the team, like, what is it that you like look for in an agent when you are scoping out other agents to kind of join the team and kind of help out?
Well, you know what? For what I really look for is someone who's like me. I don't know. Like, you talk about these new agents getting their real estate license and this and that, and some of them kind of just wait for the phone to ring and think that, once their uncle's ready to list, they'll call them to sell their house, or their friend's going to call them to buy a house, and they don't really do anything. Those are definitely the people I don't want. I want people, like, when I got my real estate license, I took it as, this is it, and I'm going to make it work. And I worked very, very hard. And you know what? I was 25 when I got my real estate license. My parents had lots of friends. I grew up in Niagara on the Lake. I got a big family, and I thought everyone would just come and flock to Sean, and I'm their guy.
I think everyone makes that mistake.
And sure enough, you realize that selling real estate isn't easy, and people want experience.
Yeah.
So at that point, I actually started my career on a team as well, and the team offered me an opportunity to get leads.
Yeah.
And I kind of pushed that aspect, my actual sphere of influence, away from me. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to focus on the leads. And then the rest came eventually. But anyways, it's that hard work where I want people who want this.
Sure.
I want people who want to make a career. I don't want people who can feel comfortable selling 7-10 houses.
Yeah.
I want people who want to make a career of it. But not only that, one thing I've prided myself on, and I do encourage all our team, is service.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. I feel that service is lacking in some aspects of our industry, or some provide poor service.
Yeah.
And that's the one nice thing about having the team as well, is the services we can provide by our robust marketing, but not only in our back end with our admin staff, our in-house marketing, but again, Chris, you doing the social media, other agents being able to help people if you want to go away. You can always have people be able to show houses and different things like that.
Okay.
And so I think, but most importantly, it's just a hard work ethic and willing to put your blood, sweat, and tears in your clients so that they become a repeat client.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
It's nice to be a part of a team that it is very generous in being able to support the team members that we have, but you expect that in return with the amount of service you provide out to the clients and helping out with a lot of the business, right? So
For sure.
We all help each other out with the listings that we get and the buyers that we get, and being able to have that essentially a hive mind of being able to provide exceptional service and always going to the next level with things. Like over the last 6 months, we've evolved an awful lot, not only in social media, but like with our videos are ramping up, and we got these weekly stats that everyone's keeping an eye on, and now we got this going on. So we're never stagnant. We're always just moving forward with something. And I'm grateful that we're a part of a team that will appreciate and acknowledge when there's a good idea, and it just moves forward with it.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
absolutely. You know what? And I've come to realize too that is real estate's not necessarily anymore just about selling real estate in the fact of the way where, like you said, social media is changing.
Yeah.
Us doing this show, which is fantastic. I want, certainly for Davids and DeLaat, I want everyone to realize that, that we're not just real estate agents, we're local agents who love Niagara. We're passionate about Niagara. We have lots of a great wealth of knowledge in real estate, but not only that, because we love Niagara so much, we're community based. We love our residents, and we love what goes on in our community and stuff like that. So, I want really people to realize that David DeLaat is not just a trusted real estate advisor, but that we're also community kind of leaders as well, and we're really kind of pushing the forefront of what Niagara has going on as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
okay.
But as far as the team goes, one thing you kind of talked about teams too. I noticed that teams are kind of providing an advantage in 2 points. One, to potentially agents who are getting their real estate license, who want a slingshot in their career.
Right.
But not only that, the standalone agent is having a little bit of a tougher time now.
Yeah.
Because they can't compete with some of the teams that are in the Niagara region now, and the marketing that they have.
A lot of the resources that they have.
The resources. And the beautiful thing about us is we're 10 licensed agents.
Yeah.
And, we've got the website rocking now and stuff like that. And the amount of leads we're generating, to the point where there's so many leads that if I was my own standalone agent, I wouldn't be able to service my clients properly because I wouldn't have time to contact all these people.
Yeah.
So the nice thing for us is we have duty times. We have someone there who will respond to the inquiries on our clients' properties always at a moment's notice, and we can provide that service moving forward. So,
right.
I think with the team, the dynamics, that as far as the admin staff, all these things, people are really starting to appreciate that and understand the service actually a team can provide now.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
What, so you came from a team and then you decided to become a team leader. So what made you decide to make that leap from a team, like a member of a team, to the leader of the team?
That is a very good question. So to be honest, Chris, I worked at another brokerage.
Yeah. I
left that team, came to Remax Niagara now. And at that moment when I had first initially left, I wasn't sure I wanted to start a team. I came over with an admin, and we've known each other for years, and it was just like, okay, you're going to help facilitate me, and we're going to kind of be on this new ride together.
Yeah.
And where it goes, I don't know. Funny thing is, walked in the office, and literally broker comes and says, Sean, I got a guy, he wants to join the team.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure I wanted to do that, and this and that, and kind of took him on. And then the leads kind of grew, and then you and Ashton kind of came on, and I realized that, like, I actually do need a team. I need assistance helping facilitate other aspects of my business.
Yeah.
But also too, Chris, the truth is I put pride into the people I work with in real estate, my sellers, my buyers. But not only that, the true thing is I want the agents on my team to succeed.
Yeah.
I really want to help them get beyond that 7-10 house total and become a 20, 25, 40, 50 house seller.
Yeah.
And that's really what I want to do. I want to help people get there and grow their business.
Yeah.
And hopefully people can realize that on Davids and DeLaat, they could grow and flourish within our team and our environment. For sure, I think we can both attest to that we have a pretty good culture right now.
Yeah. And you guys have done a really good job, like, not making it seem like it's the Sean and Terry show.
Oh,
right?
I
and
don't.
and you push that from day one. It's like, it is not the Sean Terry show.
Absolutely.
Davids and DeLaat is just the flag, but it's my own business. It's Ashton, Scott, Emily. It's everyone's own business, right? So
Absolutely.
it's nice to be able to generate my own business, generate my own name, instead of being just the people behind Sean
100%.
Terry, right?
And that's the whole thing. I've always said it from day one, that you guys don't work for myself or Terrence.
Yep.
You work with Davids and DeLaat.
Yeah, for sure.
And let's all get together and flourish and build this brand. And if we all can do it together, I think we could create something very special. I think we're on the cusp of creating something special.
Yeah, for sure.
We do have real estate coaches as well.
Yeah.
I know I mentor you guys, but also too we do have real estate coaches as well. And the nice thing is, he says, year 2, get into year 3. This is when the fun starts to happen. And I really do feel we're just grabbing our stride. You know, we're having good times doing this show.
Yeah.
And Sean is very hesitant to try new things and do different things.
You just like to sling shacks. And
I do.
about it,
I really
right?
do. I like to just sling. That's what I like to do. Keep my head down and just focus on selling houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was told to me a while ago that video's where it's at. And sure enough, I started doing some videos, and it's
thank goodness.
It's huge.
Thank goodness we finally got you in front of a camera, because like with social media, like especially on the real estate side of things, it's a big personality game, right? And I think that's where a lot of my successes came from, is being able to just bite the bullet, get the first video out there, and just kind of show my personality, because it really allows your followers to see what you're actually like. So to get you in front of a camera, so then people can see what you're actually like, has probably been detrimental for like our social media kind of boosting. So thank goodness we were able to kind of get you in front of the video.
And you hit the nail right in the head. Is now we actually have a platform that we can use to let people get to know us.
Yeah.
Rather than, my years of just my face on a bus bench.
Yeah.
And, sure, some people know my name. Others are like, oh, there's that guy.
Yeah.
But really, they're just like, there's that guy. They don't know much about me.
Yeah.
They don't know if I'm a happy guy or if I'm a mean guy or whatever. But you're right. Social media has allowed us this platform to let people know about us. And that
and just make us seem much more accessible to other people.
100%.
Right?
And to know that we're not just realtors, we're actually people, and we're people that care, and we're passionate about what we do.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's something that can be transponded to people through the social media.
Yeah.
And it's very, very helpful.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And even like using social media as the tool we've been using it for our sellers too, because being able to dig into very specific demographics on those ads that we boost, because you have the way you market a property that's, say, 350K is very different than 1.5 mil, right? That buyer profile is very different between those two people. So you have to understand what your buyer profile is for those people. So being able to dig into those demographics on social media to advertise to the right people makes us more effective on social media and more effective with marketing, right?
And it's huge. It's huge. And you've done a great job figuring out those demographics and everything like that. And the beautiful thing for us, too, is, we can agree there's a migration of people coming from out of town.
Yeah.
That's a majority of our buyers kind of seem to be coming from right now, at least for sure.
Yeah.
And, we can target them.
Yeah.
They're coming to Niagara anyways, so we're welcoming them.
Yeah.
We're targeting like Niagara ads to kind of make it attractive to them and capture them in any which way, which is huge for our sellers.
Yeah, and no doubt that like they probably have a local agent wherever they're coming from, which is totally fine, 100%. Like you have your uncle or whoever like that's helping you out up in the GTA. But if you're looking to make the migration to Niagara, it's more vital than ever now to make sure you have a local agent that knows the area, so you're buying the right house in the right place, right?
Absolutely. So many times I've seen people in the past where they've moved here, call a local agent like myself to come list their property after they bought it through their out-of-town agent.
Yeah.
And back then, how many of those people actually overpaid for their houses? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because I find out-of-town agents want to come in like the wind. They want to come in, they'll set up 10 houses, basically pick the best one, and they don't want to come back again.
Yeah.
And they don't know areas, they don't know things. And, personally myself, I've been asked to go to Toronto and sell houses. I never will.
Yeah.
I had a friend ask me to sell a company. He wants to buy a $5 million house. I said, no. He's like, buddy, the commission on that. And I said, you know why though? I'm doing you a disservice by going up there. I don't know the market. I don't understand values, not to mention travel time, all this and that. It's better for you to use a local expert. And that's the nice thing about us being in the RE/MAX network. We can always find a top agent to go in that market.
Yeah.
I find the agents coming here to Niagara, they're a little, maybe they're not as busy as some others. So they have the time to come, but maybe they're not as busy and not as experienced.
Yeah.
And it's just,
it would just, unfortunately, just kind of begs the question of where their motivations lie, right? If they're driving an hour, 90 minutes out in order to show a bunch of houses in a market that they're not aware of, are they really looking in the best interest of their buyers?
Thank you very much.
Right?
Exactly. Like I just told you about my friend. My best interest to him was no.
Yeah.
You're going to use someone else. But I will be in contact with that agent.
Sure.
If you can talk to him, you have questions, you want me to see what's going on, everything like that, I'll be there for you every step of the way.
Yeah.
But he's the boots on the ground.
Right.
And that's that.
Yeah.
So I definitely, I'm a fan of referring to out-of-town markets.
Yep.
I think you should leave the sale of real estate to those who know it in that market.
Yep.
And you know what? Here on Davidson DeLaat, we have wonderful, wonderful agents who are all experienced, passionate about Niagara, and they know what's what.
Yeah.
Because you know what? We sell houses.
Yeah.
We don't like to watch the grass grow around our signs.
Yeah, for sure.
We don't like to watch the buyers walk by us.
I do feel that anxiety every now and then if I have a listing that I feel like it's just sitting on the market for a little too long. It's something I'm trying to tackle. But yeah, as soon as I get a listing, the first thing I want to do is just sell it. I just want to get rid of it. I don't want to sit on the lawn for too long.
Absolutely. And that's what we do. We try to pump our properties as hard as we can.
Yeah.
And you know what? In the past, especially the past month, lights out for us.
Yeah.
We've been rocking and rolling. Everyone's busy,
Yeah.
listing up a storm. Buyers are coming out of the woodwork. So,
Yeah.
Right now I feel Niagara is in a really good position.
For sure.
And lots of great things coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it just, when you look at our Niagara market in comparison to the other markets, we're doing very well. So, knock on wood, it just keeps happening, right?
Absolutely.
But I think, the demand doesn't seem like it's going to be going away because they're just coming from all walks of life down in Niagara because the way that they see our prices, they're just much more affordable in comparison to where they're coming from.
Absolutely. You're right. The affordability factor, some changes to what's going on in the world today too, offering people work from home and just not only that, the spotlight's finally on Niagara.
Yeah.
I always joke about this. I went to a party in Burlington 15 years ago. Where are you from? Oh, I'm Sean from St. Catharines. Ugh. St. Catharines. Like who goes to St. Catharines? No one went past Grimsby.
No.
We were Niagara, it was St. Catharines. Well, in Niagara Falls. Oh, I go to Niagara Falls to go to Clifton Hill and look at the falls, and that's kind of it. It was, that was that. Go to the same party, same people, maybe some different characters. Sean, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Niagara. Oh, Niagara. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, we love the wineries. And now it has finally caught on that we are a great destination.
Yeah.
Quality of life, everything. Like, I'm head over heels over Niagara. That's for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's definitely great.
Nice. With the team, like we've been able to kind of toot our own horn a little bit and say that we're the number one real estate team in the Niagara region because we buy and sell more houses in Niagara than any other team, right?
That is true.
How does it feel that like you were able to kind of conjure up a team that essentially became number one so relatively quickly? Like, were you expecting that to happen when you and Terry teamed up, or is that just kind of a happy little accident? Do you?
Well, no matter what, Terry and I knew something dynamic was going to happen when we kind of joined up together.
Yeah.
And wasn't sure about number one. Don't necessarily know that we set out to be number one or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, for me, it was just I wanted to create a great team of great people.
Yeah.
And provide service to our clients and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of snowballed that Yes, we are Niagara's number one.
It was
team.
more just cause and effect.
Yeah.
Like we were just nose of the ground, just doing what we're doing, and then lo and behold, the end of the year, it just so happened that
100%.
we just worked harder than everyone else.
That's it.
So
that's what we do.
Yeah.
Dave's DeLaat. We work hard for our clients,
Yeah.
and we want the best results.
Yeah.
And we want them to tell everyone else about us.
Yeah.
And really, that's kind of how I've built my business.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's the way it's going with David's and DeLaat.
Yeah. Okay. So where do you see so we're only what 3 years?
This will be end of this year will be 3 full years.
3-4 years. Okay. So where do you see it going in the next couple of years? It seems like we're kind of scaling to a point where we're trying to grow the team a little bit and grow our media a little bit, and everything's kind of going up and up. There's no higher spot than number one. So beyond that, where do you see the team going in the next couple of years?
Well, Chris, in my big picture, I would love to just be the only option for real estate in the Niagara region, David's and DeLaat, but to say that's going to happen, no.
Yeah.
But like I did touch on, I think you will notice a transition over, it'll take time. But, through the coaching that we're in, they're touching on in the States that these teams are catching huge dynamic.
Right.
Especially offering agents services that brokerages just can't. For example, when you signed up, got your license, you started in this brokerage and you were just kind of stuck to your own devices and grinding. Whereas you join a team, you get the leads, you get the coaching, you get basically a boost to your career.
For sure.
And I think that's what's definitely attractive to agents, let alone the general public. The services that we're able to provide, I think as that grows, people will want to list with the teams because of the services they provide.
I can already feel like the swell of and the focus being more on building the team individuals, so then everyone is just upping their business to the next level. Like I got it right from the get-go, right? You were able to kind of put processes in front of me and put leads in front of me and just kind of give me the guidance that I needed to kind of take my business to the next level, to the point where I wasn't a part-time agent anymore. I became a full-time agent.
Beautiful.
So now I've been a full-time agent for a few years now, and
that's right, Chris.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. But yes,
part-time.
You're right. Well, you were working at your other job, and then I remember we finally had the talk, and it was like, buddy, I think it might be time.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Yeah.
See, and those are the stories I love. That's the success I want for everybody on the team. And you know what? We've got a great thing going, and I think we'll just keep on trucking along. And we'll continue to be Niagara's number one real estate team.
Okay.
And we'll continue to have more agents grow and join the party.
Yeah.
And, really to answer your question, I would just love to help more people join the team and be successful within Davidson.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's nice to be a part of a team that it's not the show. It's us. We're all the big group.
100%. I'd like to think that we're all equal. Hopefully I don't provide an ego that I'm the best or anything like that.
No.
That's not it. I want everyone to be the best.
Yeah, for sure.
And we will.
Yeah.
We will.
We'll get, we're there and we'll stay there.
You got it. Well, right on, Chris. Listen, buddy, thanks for taking the time out today.
Yeah, for sure.
And appreciate it. We'll see you on the battlefields tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good.